Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Apple report for Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. Share the content with friends and colleagues. Become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Apple report. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs. Weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week in 5 to 10 minute video format that you never see on YouTube, that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near term investor. We're always looking for at least 20% moves on those stock picks. Last week was McDonald's and UPS. The week before, AMD, Nvidia. On Monday, Elevance Health Incorporated, so forth and so on. You can check it all out, everything I just described, for no cost. You get a 5-day free trial up front when you sign up for wickedstocks.com. And if you cancel your subscription within that 5 days, it costs you absolutely nothing. So check out wickedstocks.com. On with the charts. Just a reminder, big picture. Work our way into the day itself. We did test a few weeks ago what was targeted long-term support in the 166.07 to 167.49 region. That remains our base of long-term support through the rest of the year and into next year, and above which, based on a buy signal above this area last May, still anticipating 228.66. I'm going to say by this point next year, on the way up, a significant upside hurdle will be 189.55 midterm resistance. This area is considered a 2 to 3 week objective anyway, able to contain buying into November. We could fall off from here back into the upper 160s again within a month or so or two of testing 189.55, and it would be a settlement above this 189.55 formation at the end of the week that should result in an accelerated move up to 228.66, possibly within 3 to 5 months of doing so. That is the big picture. If we were to close below 166.07, it would need to be by a 1% margin of 164.40 or lower, and then we enter a meaningful phase of continued weakness as we move into the rest of the year and Q1. I would then expect within probably 3 to 5 months the lower 130s, but we're nowhere near that right now. We are clearly above long-term support after having come off of it several weeks ago, and when we did come off of it several weeks ago, it was several trading days ago that we settled above this near-term trend-defining support area now between 173.77 and 174.13. That, if tested over the next few days, can absorb settling through next week, and above which the 189.09 channel top remains a 2 to 3 week objective. So we're expecting the upper 180s over the next 2 to 3 weeks. On the way up, as you're well aware, we have this extreme channel top today at 179.72. We did come close to testing this actually on Tuesday, backed away, closed negative on the day. I'd mentioned how this just might contain buying through the rest of the week. We could fall off from 179.72 back into the 173.77 region within several days of doing so, but I want to keep this as session containment because I don't really want to encourage aggressive selling here in light of what I consider to be the more significant development several days ago when we closed above the 173.77 speed line, anticipating the upper 180s as a 2 to 3 week target. And I will say that if we close today above 179.72, that is a 3 to 5 day buy signal to 185.95, and we should over the next couple of weeks, inside of 2 weeks, reach this targeted 189.09. But if you're a day trader, 179.72 is a good area to sell, especially if you're already long. It's also a good area to go short if you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader. As I say, you never really know exactly how the market's going to play out. You just have your price points to respect. This is a respectable resistance area. May well contain buying through the rest of the week. So if there's anything to do here, it is to be short as we move into later week because we could ease back into that 173.77 area. On the way down today, I do have 175.72. And so I'll go back to this chart. Day resistance, 179.72. Day support, 175.72. 175.72, I think, is an intraday objective today if we break Tuesday's low of 177.95. That is a soft pivot point for the day. It is the pullback high so far, following that low from about 2 weeks ago. And if we break 177.95, 175.72 in reach, where a daily low can be made, and once again, we could bottom out here through the rest of the week and rally back to the channel top that I mentioned earlier. Where are you? Here it is. Yes, I got my charts all screwed up. So holding above 175.72, let me rephrase that. Once we test 175.72, the 179.72 level in reach, and that's a pretty narrow area. I could have them on both charts, and you could see how narrow of a wedge it actually is. We won't spend more than a day or two inside this area before one of them gives way, whether it's closing above 179.72 or below 175.72. And if we do close today below 175.72, then I would expect a test probably tomorrow of this 173.77 level. That is our base of support near term, able to contain settling through next week, and above which 2 to 3 week buy signal remains in effect to 189.09. If we can close today above 179.72, inside of 2 weeks we reach 189.09. For you options traders, you're well aware that when we closed above this 173.77 formation a few days ago, it was the possibility of reaching for 185 or 190 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least, I would go a couple of months out on that. This is a 2 to 3 week play, but it could take longer. If we do close today, and this is not going to happen today, but if we did close back below 173.77, then we're just, and here's your 166, 167 handle support, we're just another 3 to 5 days away from falling into that zone of long-term support between 166.07 and 167.49. So we need to close below 173.77 just to indicate this area within a full week of activity. Until then, 173.77 is solid bottom picking territory. That is indicated. I don't see it today, but I do see it tomorrow if we close today below 175.72. Until then, for the day, it's a bit of a battle, and I think day traders can trade both sides of the market. Buying 175.72, selling 179.72. If we close above 179.72, no good reason to be short Apple if your time horizon is 3 to 5 days out to 1 to 2 weeks. Until then, holding below 179.72, and if your time horizon is 3 to 5 days, you can make a case for being short at 179.72, allowing for 173.77. I don't expect it unless we close today below 175.72. I think I've said it all at least several times, and I'm going to leave it at that. I will leave you with this chart, the most appropriate one for the day. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursday's Apple. You have a great day.